Alright, here it is, version 2.0 of the camper design. So we've got the bench at the back. That is the same as before, except we've got these two cupboards now. Well, it's split into four cupboard doors. These two green cupboards, they're the same width as this is high. So when this folds, the purple one folds down, the green ones fold out. Then they become the same length and they will be nice square supports for that back bench as it folds down. Then these ones end up being weird sizes, but it doesn't really matter. They fold out as well to access those cupboards. And then the main difference is the bed. So instead of being one piece flat at the top, we've got this section here, which effectively comes out. So if we look at how it would be when it's in couch mode, it's like this. So that piece that was in there comes out and then slots down the back of the bed. And the reason why it's that shape is because we've got the wheel arch here, which we need to avoid. I've had to also slide the bed up this way another 15 centimeters, which means that it goes up over, there's like a ridge. You got the front seats here and the center console, and then there's that ridge there, and this is pushed all the way up to that and raised up a bit from what I have it right now, so that it's level at the top of that. That means I get the same length basically, but it's pushed up to the front of the van, which gives me enough room to have this toilet out like that, which is part of the self-contained certification. You have to have the toilet accessible when the van is in bed mode, basically. So that can be there. We can stow it under the bed into this cupboard when we're not using it. It does stick out a little bit, but I don't think that's the end of the world. Yeah, so that's basically the new design. So the important things to note, I guess, are that we clear the wheel arch. This sits on the ground. We get a little bit of a, if my calculations are correct, we get a little bit of an angle in the back, which is good. Just a bit more comfortable if it leans back slightly. And because that's on the ground, but this is cut out here, I've put a little block at this end, which that edge of the backrest will sit on. So that should be sturdy enough. I mean, if we wanted, we could put, if it wasn't sturdy enough, we could put like more blocks along there, or actually just extend this out another centimeter or so that it sits on top and then goes in there. But yeah, the opposite's kind of true when it's in bed mode. We'll put these blocks here and here so that when it comes in, it sits on those blocks like that. And if we have a look, I've made it so these cupboard dividers stick out a little bit as well, so that it's got something to sit on here, here, and here too. So it should be pretty sturdy once it's down. It's not going to like wobble around as you move around. And especially if I put cupboard doors on like here and here along this edge, I'll make them flush to the sort of inside of these dividers, and then that would mean that this whole edge has the ridge along there. So it's not just resting on these dividers, it could be resting on the cupboard doors as well. It does mean that it's kind of got this funny edge that goes down and then out a little bit where the cupboard doors are, but you're not really going to see that because you can have a squab on here, or a futon folded in half, or like whatever. So that's going to be there, which will mean that you don't really see that edge, and it gives us the support for when we have it in bed mode. So yeah, that's kind of the jam. I think this is going to work pretty well. We've still got lots of cupboard space, like when it's in bed mode, we can shove extra stuff in these sort of spaces. It is a little bit hard to access this one cupboard here when it's not in bed mode. sorry, when it is in bed mode. The rest of them we can, reach in around the edges, and that's fine. But yeah, I do like the idea of having the couch mode and the bed mode. It means that we get this little coffee table sort of vibe here. This is wide enough for your feet, so it's fine. This is quite low, so it can't really be a work bench for doing like laptop stuff. Probably you'd be pretty hunched over it, but it could be a nice little spot just to chill, have a beer, eat breakfast or like whatever, and then either I can sit on the end of this and face that way and put my laptop up on this higher bench, or I can turn the bed into bed mode, and then sit at the end of this, wherever, in the middle, and then I've got this whole bench space here. I can make a cover for the sink so that turns into a whole solid bench. And yeah, have that as a workstation, sort of facing that way, looking out, got the view behind me, good times. It's got enough room for some of my extra USB screens, so I can have multiple screens on my laptop if I do need to do some serious work. But yeah, I think that's it. That's kind of the design. I think that is going to work pretty well and be sturdy, still have lots of cupboard space, and yeah, all of that. I think it's going to be good. There it is.